Danny DeVito makes a deal with Billy Crystal to throw Mama from the train.
Our next movie is named Throw Momma from the Train, and this is the first film directed by Danny DeVito, who turns to another director for his inspiration for the story in this movie. He turns, in fact, to Alfred Hitchcock, who in the 1951 classic movie Strangers on a Train came up with a plot where the perfect murder, he argues, is when two strangers exchange murder victims so that each one kills the other person's enemy, and then each one has an airtight alibi for the murder that he would naturally be suspected of having committed. Well, in Throw Momma from the Train, both Danny DeVito and his college instructor, Billy Crystal, have people that they want to kill. DeVito wants to kill his drill sergeant mother.
No, Mama, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, Mama, honest to God, I didn't do it.
You told them to chase me away.
And Crystal says, although he doesn't really mean it, that he wants to kill his ex-wife, who ripped off a best-selling book that he wrote.
I would say that once I was divorced, blissfully divorced, a freedom overcame me, and I was allowed to be the writer, the artist that I was never allowed to be within the confines of my prison-like marriage.
Crystal is only saying he'd like to kill his wife, but to his absolute horror, DeVito takes him seriously.
I kill your wife, you kill my mama. That's fair.
I am not killing your mother. You have to turn yourself in.
I'm not turning myself in. It was part of our plan.
What plan? There was no plan, you moron!
Now DeVito expects Crystal to deliver on his end of the bargain and kill his mother.
You don't have to blow her brains out or anything.
Thank you. That takes the pressure right off.
She's old. She's got a bad ticker. All you gotta do is jerk around a lot when you talk to her. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Lift. Stop it. Well, just meet her. Maybe she'd be somebody you'd like to kill.
Owen, what the hell's going on out there?
Nothing, Mama. Let me walk her up.
Who are you talking to? Who's in there with you?
Nobody, Mama.
Who's this?
This is Cousin Patty. He's gonna be staying with us for a while. Isn't that nice?
You don't have a cousin Patty.
You lied to me.
And that's one of the funniest moments in the movie. That frying pan comes right out of left field with perfect timing there. But somehow, Throw Momma from the Train is never quite that funny all the way through. Not as funny as I expected it to be with these two funny people in it. It doesn't have the kind of savage, satirical humor of the cult films that it seems inspired by, especially a film like Where's Papa? In fact, the best scenes in this movie are the quiet and whimsical ones, like the one, and I loved it, where DeVito shows Crystal his coin collection. And each coin is valuable, not because it's rare, but because DeVito remembers the happy day when he first got it. This is the nickel I got when my dad took me to the zoo. Now, that would be an interesting coin collection, and that kind of sweetness might have made a movie all of its own. But Throw Momma from the Train never quite works as the black comedy that it wants to be.
I agree with you 100%. I think one of the problems is, first of all, Danny DeVito does not do a bad job directing this film. There's some very beautiful shots where he's framing himself as a small child, and he's showing his childlike qualities. That's why I think we're so attracted to those sweet scenes. But we're expecting here a very hard, fast, mean comedy. And Billy Crystal is given too much room and goes way over the top. DeVito, oddly enough, turns in the better performance. Crystal, who I admire a great deal, is wild and loose and shouting all the time at a fever pitch, and that is what I thought hurt the film.
Well, another thing I think is the screenplay. I think it could have done with a little more intricate plotting, because the whole, not to give anything away, but the whole business of who is and isn't killed and why they are or are not thought that they're killed and what happens to them then is really, it seems to be thrown in directly from some old soap opera. It doesn't seem to have the kind of neat, tidy plotting that would make it all funny by making it very clear why people were wrong or right about what they thought. I guess I've been vague enough in talking about that, haven't I?
Yeah, I think that needed tightening up myself, and I'm sure that Mr. DeVito would agree with me.
2 thumbs down, though, for Danny DeVito's Throw Momma from the Train, the would-be double murder that wasn't cynical enough for its own good.